Even as the world watches the United States slip into a recession, the question is, will big American multinationals maintain their marketing spends? Well, Procter Gamble, the world's largest advertiser, is saying an emphatic yes. Bernhard Glock, the man who's responsible for that mammoth annual $8 billion or so of media spend, says that the recession is in fact an opportunity for brands. I met him in Mumbai at the World Federation of Advertisers Global Conference for this one-on-one. Bernhard Glock, we are meeting at a time where we've heard the US is in a recession, the world is nervous about how the global economy is going to respond. How are you seeing advertisers react to these global economic conditions?
If you stay true to what we know, what we do best, it is staying close to consumers, embracing consumers with our products, with our propositions, create experiences consumers love. In fact, what we say is improve consumers' lives every day with our products. So doing that one, what we know best, I think we will get over that fast.
You represent the World Federation of Advertisers. Do you see advertisers, stroke marketers actually looking at cutting down A&M spends? Because that's the one area that takes the first knock when it comes to cost cutting.
I don't see that yet, and I cannot speculate what others do. I think recessions also provide an area of opportunity. If you really focus on what you stand for, if you really focus how to embrace consumers, this is when you can win also in recessions. And I think advertisers who know their consumers, and this counts for many advertisers, will do well.
Okay. What about P&G specifically? We've been hearing reports that P&G, along with other packaged goods companies or FMCG companies, are not looking at cutting. In fact, may actually end up maintaining, if not increasing, their advertising and marketing spends. How do you explain that?
Well, again, I won't speculate about our future plans. What we know is that media is an investment. We are ready to invest into our brands, into our consumers, and we will continue doing so. Everybody
is talking about digital. We know that at P&G also you are looking very closely at this medium. Do you think as an advertiser or as a marketer you're using this effectively enough?
That's a good question, because you ask whether we use it effectively enough. To be honest, in my life, there's never something enough. We are always trying to get better and better, and if you do great, we want to take the next step. So for sure, it's not enough.
P&G is going to be at Cannes to pick up the Advertiser of the Year award. Is that something that you all are very excited about? Because we know how the effort started in 2003. In fact, we were there, and we've been documenting, you know, the kind of progress you all have been, or the effort you've been making to participate there every year.
Absolutely. We are very proud for us and our agencies that we have achieved this fantastic appreciation. We have been learning in Cannes now for the last 5 years. We have always sent a delegation to Cannes. I have been lucky to be there almost every year, I think, to learn and then reapply back home. And I think we have learned a lot on creativity. Cannes inspired many marketers, including myself. And I myself have been traveling around the world, have used cases in Cannes which I learned, my personal impressions, and talked to our young people how they could get inspired by this, what we did here, and seeing then this appreciation that we get it as a marketer of the year is fantastic.
There is a lot of speculation on the role that advertising agencies will play going forward when it comes to marketers like yours and your needs, especially vis-a-vis the digital medium. Do you feel they have a strong role to play, because you also have digital media platforms offering their own services as you know, instead of agencies?
Yeah, we truly believe in getting the right partners at the table. The old times, I would say, where you only deal with one agency and then all others are somewhere out in the woods, I think are over. What we are driving now, and this is sometimes what you see also in some announcements we have when we change agency setups, is to get the right agency partners at the table early on. Okay? And this was fantastic to see here in India, where some of our agencies complained about the old days, where the media planners were put into the room at the very end to finalize a media plan. This is not anymore how we see it. We need to get upfront with great ideas, with holistic communication, with the right partners on the table, and then this sparks even more ideas and gets it to the next level to connect with consumers.
When Microsoft and Steve Ballmer goes out and talks to advertisers and says that, look, we are going to be the platform and everything will converge on this, how do you react to those kind of statements that technology giants are making?
We look at this very carefully, and we are in very good dialogue with all players in the markets. In fact, in some of the next seminars and congresses, I will talk to some of the MSN colleagues, for example. I have invited some of them, in fact, to our own internal meetings to have this constant dialogue to see what value do they add, what value do we need, how do agencies play a role in this one. Most of the time we do this indeed together. So agencies, our own agencies, Procter Gamble, and the respective partners to see how we together can create the best value for the consumer.
P&G did a launch in India after quite a few years. It got the Olay brand into India. You have over 300 brands worldwide, only about 12 or so in India. Why is that?
You see the growth potential we still have? No, seriously, we don't launch all products at every time in every market. It just doesn't work like that one. We really do an in-depth consumer understanding first and determine when it is right for our brands to be introduced in markets to then serve those consumer needs. Not all consumer needs are similar across the world, so we are very conscious about having the right offerings at the right time in the right market.
Is it fair to say that you've been cautious in India? More cautious than you would be normally in other markets?
I wouldn't say cautious. We are very conscious about how we launch and when we launch and how much effort we put in. We are not over-promising. We want to be successful in the long time. We want to have a sustainable business development. So it's a reflection of our, I would say, bold but careful and sustainable business progress.
P&G has always put the woman at the center of all their study and focus and their brands. After the Gillette brands came into the portfolio, have you now have to study men with a lot more care and interest than you've ever done before?
With a lot more care and interest. This is rightly phrased. We always had men, obviously. We always look at them. They're part of our target audience on many brands. But yes, indeed, Gillette brought a new category into Procter & Gamble, a new knowledge and new challenges for us to understand men much more than we have been using for. That's another very exciting moment also for us. I started in market research, and I remember I did work on Pampers, worked on beverages and detergents, and indeed mostly, almost only we talked to women, interviewed them, analyzed them, and going out to men is different, yes. But it's fantastic and it's a good challenge.
Bernhard Glock, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you and all the very best. And now a quick look at what's making news on message board.